Alright, so in this video, we want to talk about arrays and how we can define arrays in TypeScript with different types and how we can use them. So I'm going to delete everything from the previous video and start by creating a variable, call it colors, and we will set this to an array. We will have red, green, and blue. So we are not explicitly saying what are these values or what is this colors, but if we hover over colors, you can see that TypeScript is inferring the type of this color to a string, but with brackets in front of it. And that is basically saying this is an array of a string. So let's do this. For example, I want to push a new data to this array. I can grab colors, and using the push method from JavaScript, we can add a new item. Let's say I want to have a number. You notice as soon as we add a number here, we are getting an error, and the error is the type number is not assignable to a parameter of type string. So again, TypeScript is telling us this is an array of a string. That's what I recognize from the values. Now you're trying to add a number. This is an error from TypeScript view. And the same thing goes for other values. So if I say true, which is a boolean, again, we will get the same error. But if we add a string, let's say yellow, you notice there is no error because this is a string and this colors variable is also an array of strings. So this is again TypeScript inferring the type, and of course we can make this explicit. So when another developer looks at your code, they know this is an array of a string or numbers or whatever. Now in order to do that, just like the variables, we provide the colons and then the type. In this case, we want strings. And since this is an array and not just one value, we can add the empty curly brackets. Let's have another example. For example, numbers. I'm going to call it nums, and this is going to be an array of numbers. So we can say number and then provide the curly brackets, and for the value, for example, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Now again, if I try to push a string to that nums array, it is not going to work because it only accepts numbers. Now let's say I actually want to have all sorts of values in an array. So I'm going to delete this nums and just keep the colors. And don't worry about not keeping these codes on the page. I have a full document that I will include it in a GitHub repo so you can have all these code and examples. So we learned about the type any in the previous video. If I change the type of this colors array to any, and of course down here needs to be colors, that allows me to have any type in this array. So I have strings, I want to have numbers, I want to have boolean, I can even have a new date, for example, and even if I want to push new data to this. So I already have a string here. I'm just going to copy paste this a few times. Let's say I want to have a float number, which is just a number. Let's say I want to have another boolean or any other type. Again, because we are setting this to any type, we are allowing any sort of type within this array. Now, let's say we want to grab an element of this array. So I'm going to create a new variable, set it to x, and the value of that is coming from our colors array. And let's get the first element. So index 0, and if we hover over x, you notice it is still set to any, because even though we know this is a string and it is just one element, but TypeScript is unable to infer the type of this particular element because the type of the whole array is set to any. And even if we want to be explicit about the type of this x, for example, I want to make sure this is a number, you notice this is not giving me an error because this first element in the colors array is set to any. So I think it's a good practice to use this type only if it's needed. Now, if I change this array's type to something else, like number, you can see we are getting a bunch of errors here because we have string here, we have a new date here, we have boolean, and so on. But you can see down here, we don't have an error because now colors is set to number and this x is set to number. So this is fine. If I change this to a string, then again, we will have an error, even though the first element here is set to a string. So the type is coming from the array type itself. So let's delete all of this and talk about something else. So let's say I have an array of numbers and maybe change the name to nums so it makes more sense. And of course, I can push a new number in here. As long as it's a number, it's fine. But let's say you want to have a read-only array. So that means no one can modify that array. And for that, we have a read-only keyword in TypeScript that can be added right before the type. So you notice as soon as I add this keyword, this push method is giving me an error that is basically saying you cannot add a new element to a read-only array. So this could be a useful keyword in development. And when we save this document and we are watching it in our terminal, you notice we have an error here. So the compiling doesn't actually work. And if we go to our app.js, we have this code here. So we have an array and we are pushing number 4 to it, but this is from before we added this read only. In fact, if we delete this app.js and save our TypeScript document, you notice that app is not being generated because we have an error in our TypeScript. If we delete this keyword and save it, then we have our app, which is basically our array, and we are just pushing one element to it. So again, TypeScript could be very helpful when you are developing your project, especially when multiple developers working on the same project. So that was about arrays. In the next video, we will talk about tuples, which is similar to arrays.